Cutting calories is dangerous. And cutting calories can actually work against your fat loss goals. If you want to lose fat, you need to have a healthy metabolism. And a lot of people don't know that some foods increase your metabolism and other foods decrease it. Here's how this works. When people cut calories across the board, some of the first foods to go are often the foods that increase your metabolism the most. When you cut those foods out for too long, your body doesn't get the nutrients it needs to burn fat and your metabolism slows down. And over time, it gets slower and slower and slower. This is why you used to be able to lose weight by dieting and now you can't. It's not because you're aging, it's because your metabolism is damaged.
First of all, the difference in individual foods' thermic effect is not all that significant. Not at a point where it can significantly affect your total daily energy expenditure, especially not in the long run. But if we're going to nitpick, we know for a fact ultra-processed and processed foods have slightly lower thermic effect, and those are usually the foods people cut off first from their diet once they start cutting. So what he said is straight up inaccurate. Unless, of course, that someone is a complete idiot and decides to eat only ultra-processed and processed foods while cutting, which throws adherence straight out of the window. And third, metabolic damage in the realest sense of that phrase isn't a thing. Metabolic adaptation, on the other hand, is, and it's inevitable part of the cutting process. Metabolic adaptation is basically a product of a prolonged deficit. As you're losing weight, you're becoming a smaller person, which means your body will have to expend less energy for vital functions and pretty much everything you do on a daily basis. And something studies are clearly showing is that the majority of that metabolic adaptation actually comes from a subconscious decrease in activity levels, therefore expenditure. Considering there is less available calories, there is less available energy, body's finding subtle ways to decrease activity, to decrease movement, to preserve the available energy. So the main reason why the expenditure goes down over time is because you're moving less, you're less active, even if you're not fully aware of it. With that being said, there will always be a certain amount of calories your body will need to fuel vital functions and pretty much everything you do on a daily basis, aka total daily energy expenditure. And eating less than that, TDE, total daily energy expenditure, will always lead to weight and fat loss. But bro, I've been eating less than 1,000 calories every single day and I'm not losing weight. Unless you're an anorexic teenage girl or a toddler, you know very well that's not true. Perhaps you're eating less than 1,000 calories for a couple of days, then you lose your shit and overeat yourself into oblivion. You basically compensate for all of those days in a single day. Or perhaps you're underestimating the amount of calories you're eating big time, aka you're really bad at tracking calories. Or you're just straight up lying and you're searching the affirmation for a delusion from other equally delusional people on the internet.